Hi friends, I'm gonna use a silver 20 gauge wire to wire up this pendant that we got. I decided not to use the copper anti-copper one just because we have all the findings in silver. I don't want to go a different metal route. So you can combine the metals, it's absolutely not a problem, but I'm gonna eyeball it and take some wire. Maybe I can tell you guys, like about say 18 centimeter of wire. So that's the advantage of having the measurement in your bead mat itself, right? So I have straightened out a bit, and then I'm gonna first I'm gonna take my round nose pliers. Okay, so about say here I'm gonna put it in the biggest size possible, and I'm going to make a teardrop shape just like that. Okay, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my pliers and hold it like this, and then I'm gonna follow along the same line. So just trying to make this sharp, and take my round nose pliers again, follow along the same. So you need basically 2 loops in the same size is what I'm looking for here. Once you have that, then I want you to pinch it here and bring this all the way down, and then pinch it and take the short tail and wrap it around the long tail. I'm tucking the tail in and pinching those wraps off. We have this right now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it inside. So figure out which side you want it to be the front. I like this side. This side doesn't matter. Yeah. So put it over here, and about say here, just make a bend. Okay. Make a bend and twist it around. And now what you're going to do here is take this, and then so you need to wrap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it like this, make just one wrap, and then shift my pliers. It's a free form wrap that I'm doing, so just bear with me. I just have this idea in my head. I don't know how I am going to achieve that. Okay, now that's kind of good enough for me. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this wire and I'm gonna make a small swirl with my hands, and then I'm gonna take this wire. I know this is gonna be a free form, so I don't want it big, so I'm gonna cut about, say, here, because I want to make a swirl. I'll take my round nose pliers, take this end and make a loop. It's been a long time since I wire wrapped freeform, so excuse me if I'm not that good. Okay, so that's a swirl right here. Press the swirl and just keep at it with your pliers. This time flat nose or needle nose pliers. I'm using a tweezer nose, which is not probably a good idea, but that's what this is. I kind of like it. And then on the top there is 2 loops, right? So just kindly open it up a little bit, so you have this pendant right here, wire wrapped. Now you can add this pendant to your necklace. Don't waste this piece, you can still make something out of it. Let me teach you guys what we can do. So first of all, you need to flush cut both the ends. That's important. You lose a little bit of wire, that's okay, but that will give you a nice, nice finish. So make a loop, take this wire, keep it, and make a loop. We have an 8 figure that you can hammer it and use it as a connector. Hi friends, welcome back. So we wire wrapped the pendant, right? So then what I did was I just added the snowflake and made a big open loop, the basic loop, and I added it to the swirl because I designed a pattern which involves these snowflake beads as well. So that's the reason I added this, and I really like the way it turned out to be. I followed a pattern. It is an asymmetrical pattern. It is not a symmetrical pattern. I still have this crackled agate. I thought it is dragon veins agate. It is not. It is crackled agate beads left. I still have 4 left, but so I utilized it as it in this design as well. Then also I added this teardrops. I didn't do anything. I just strung it, and then it is just a part of the design. So it is an asymmetrical pattern, as I said. So first of all, I'll start from the first what I did, and then there is a little bit of a symmetry, but not that much symmetry, I would say. So I started with 2 of the 8mm, and I also used 12O seed beads, which is from the Hobby Lobby brand. Sorry, 8O seed beads. Okay, this is 8O glass seed beads from the Hobby Lobby brand. I thought I was using 12O, but I didn't. So okay, so I used that, and then I separated the beads with those. Okay, then I added the crackle agate, then the seed bead. Seed bead is immaterial of what I added. Then 2 of this and a break, 2 of this and a break, 2 of this and a break. And here what I did was I used the spaces that we got and added the snowflake just to give it, a little bit. I didn't feel like just adding the snowflake, but if it is that, if you like it, then you can do. And then I followed the pattern again. Here what I did was I used the bead caps as well. So I finished the 8mm with the bead cap, then the spacer bead, then the snowflake spacer, then the bead caps, then this, and one section on the side I added just the 5 teardrops, and then I continued with the same design here. and then I came again, and here I didn't add the bead caps but did add the spacer bead. That's wherein I am creating that asymmetrical effect. And then I came here, then I added the pendant, as you guys can see. I don't need actually this big, you know, I can, okay, so I just needed a little bit of gap. I didn't want it to be close to each other, so I have that. And then I continued this, and after this I didn't add snowflake. It's only on this side and part of this side, so that is my asymmetrical pattern, as you guys can see. So here I added. After that there is no snowflake, only the crackle I get, but that too I just didn't dress it up. Here I am dressing it up, here I am dressing it up. I dressed it up a little bit, here no. So I added the spacer beads in some places. I added the bead caps and the spacer beads some places. I added just the seed beads in some places, and I continued doing this, and I really like the pattern that it turned out to be. You can choose any pattern you want here and then finish off this necklace. It's a really easy one. And then now all we need to do is take a crimp tube. I'm using a crimp tube. You can use a crimp bead or whatever you want, but the one thing I need to take into account is it is a toggle clasp, so you need seed beads at the end so that it can easily go through the toggle. I'm gonna add 2 seed beads. Okay, just in case if I want to, bend this into this, I need that space. Maybe 3, just to be on the safer side. So then followed by I think 2 is fine. So just a crimp tube. You can use a crimp bead. I'm using Beadalon crimp tube, and then going through the bar part of the toggle, and then going through the beads a little bit, not much, just a little bit is enough. And then you pull everything. Okay, not like this, obviously. Okay, through that, hold it, and pull the long one short. Okay, just like so. Now we have if you are satisfied with the perfect loop, you can go ahead and crimp it. I'm going to use the crimping pliers for this. There is 2 holes. The hole closer to the handle, go horizontally with that first. That will give this effect. I think with the crimp tube it is evident. Now go vertically. Vertically with the first hole and squish this, and I would say go around until it's nice and rounded. Now it is, and then you can push the beads on top of this. So all the beads have big enough hole for this. That should not be a problem. Push all the beads down. Because I normally work with the spool, I don't know how long I'm gonna finish the necklace with, so I prefer to work with the spool rather than cutting myself a wire and thinking that that's gonna be enough and not gonna be enough, kind of, right? So now when I'm satisfied with this, I go ahead and cut the wire. That way I don't waste wire at all, in my opinion. There we go. Now again 2 seed beads we need to add, because we did add on the other side as well. So that, and then our crimp tube, and then go through this toggle. So I'm using a 19 strand beetle on wire in the satin silver color. This is what I'm using. So I really think everybody whoever works with beads and stuff, they always need a budget to buy those, right? And I'm not being sponsored by Bargain Bead Box or any other and I don't work for a bead supply company or so I am not covered with any expenses. So everything that I put forward in this buying the materials is my own money, my own pocket money, that I choose not to spend in any other thing but rather this, right? We are all like that, right? If we are obsessed with something, then you tend to buy. And I'm not a very good person in marketing as well, so it's kind of a bummer for me. And I really enjoy teaching, making, and not making the monotonous thing in this world. Not monotonous thing, but I really like to work with different techniques, different stuff, but I don't know how to advertise. I know I have this many subscribers. I know for sure people are enjoying my stuff. I don't know if they are enjoying enough to buy my jewelry, but I'm always bad with advertising. So I end up, spending a lot of money and not getting any money. So YouTube, yes, does pay me, but probably $35, max to $50. So if you guys really like my tutorial, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a day, and as I said, it would really appreciate my channel to grow if you like and subscribe and comment. I love to hear your comments, and also if you guys can give me super thanks, that would be appreciated as well. There is a Facebook group, that's a public Facebook group. If you are inspired by my designs, you make something similar, I would appreciate if you guys can post your picture there. That's a really good thing for me. I really look forward to it. And also there is an Etsy shop link in the description box below if you guys want to get anything from my store. It's Uncatches. You can get it, or card charm. Bye bye, have a good day.